Hello, I'm just hanging out here working with my mop yarn. Sewing them all together. You know, yesterday morning I was out there from before dawn, and I mean it was breaking light, and I laid in my hammock very still, and I saw the birds coming back. Like the chickadees, one at a time, they returned. Like, that's all they do their whole life. That's all they do is come and eat from the feeder. Every day, all day. That's just all they do. I guess what else are they going to do? Well, they could, they could go looking around at the beautiful scenery, right? I mean, that's what I would do. I wouldn't make a very good chickadee then. That's all they do. They eat all day. The blue jays don't seem to do that. They sit up in the tree a lot more and watch over things. Remember the Green Forest? Remember that TV show? I really liked that. That was not on when I was little. It was on when my kids were little. That was really cool. It had all the animals from the Thornton W. Burgess books. I read those books to my kids. They were great books. There were 17 of them, I think, and they were all in the library. And I would go to the library and check them out. I read them to my kids. They're great. And anyway, and so when in the books, I don't think that Sammy Jay was as awful as he was in the show. In the movies. Okay, so what did I do here? Oh, there we go. All fixed. So I'm going to go over to Mirror early. Like everybody gets there at 10, but I'm going to go as soon as I've got all this ready. I'm going to just start weaving. But I do need some something to weave before this, just to make a little what is it called? See, these are the ones that are on the warp. Isn't that a lot of colors? So any of these colors would work well. So they've got this dark blue, and then mine is going to be this blue. But I need a small one like this to work with, to have as my first ones. So I'm going to have to dig it out from in there. But first, oh look, something is finished uploading. Delete. This is hand feeding the birds one. Oh no, it's not, it's deer. D-E-E-R, 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 publish. Okay, so let's put on some more, shall we? I have a whole bunch of this, thank heavens. I don't know if how much 72 inches is. 72 inches is quite a big rug, isn't it? And you know, at the beginning, I always hem it off at the end, but I should really hem at the beginning. You know, after I've done the beginning stuff, I should use some of that and run the hemming stitch along it. Which means I should take a darning needle with me today. darn, I didn't go through that thing. Well, maybe that thing doesn't really matter. That's the ticket. That's the way to look at it, Nancy. Change the way your sewing machine works. Nobody's ever tried that before. Okay, I did it the right way now. It's funny about sewing machines. You have to do them exactly the way they're supposed to be threaded, and if you don't, you have problems. Somebody has figured it out. A lot of somebodies, I guess. It's amazing that it's not changed in all the years since these were invented. You know, how you sew with a sewing machine is still the same. I mean, how the sewing machine is threaded has not changed. I mean, you've seen the old Singer sewing machines that are 100 years old. It's not hard for things to be 100 years old now. I mean, time has passed a lot. Of course, I'm just about 60. Imagine me, almost 60. I feel like I'm in my 30s. I feel like I'm pretty smart, like I've been around. I know a lot of things. I still don't feel very old. It's getting chilly up here. If it's getting chilly up here, imagine what it's like downstairs. I didn't stoke the fire today. I mean, there's so many things you can do that'll use your time up. All those regular things like, you know, starting the fire, having breakfast, feeding the deer, doing the dishes, clearing off the table, setting the table. So many things you can do that use up your time. I don't do those things. That's how come I get things done. That's my... You know, somebody said I was an ever-ready bunny. But I did nothing for the last couple of days. I mean, the whole day I sat and knitted and watched Netflix. And somebody said I was the ever-ready bunny, and I said, well, then, then I'm in the recharge chair. Ever-ready bunny is in the recharge. But Willem often says that. He says that I always think, oh, look at, I haven't done anything all day. I haven't done anything useful. I haven't accomplished anything. Not again, not again. That's the way. Break the needle. Or break the thread. Why does it keep happening? Maybe it's not wound on very tightly on the bobbin. That seems alright. Gets wound around the bobbin. It's probably because these bobbin things don't have a lid on them. The bobbin just bounces around in there. What can I do? When you have to rethread, you have to rethread, and that's just all there is to it. It's really nice having you here beside me while I work. It's not often that my kids would sit beside me and actually watch. Abe used to sit and watch Daniel. He was his right-hand man. He didn't play the games, he watched. He really just watched and watched and watched. And when he got older, he played. Well, yeah, he did want a turn. But he was very content to watch. But he didn't watch me. He watched them. Okay, Jen, so I'm going to come down when you have your baby, or when you go in the hospital. But today I need to go to Mira and do this, so I hope you're not going to have your baby today. I have to call her and tell her this. It's 8 o'clock. Don't think she's up. She gets to sleep until her husband goes to work at 9. I wish this mop yarn factory hadn't closed. Broke. You know, it's really good that I am actually, I didn't know there was a little clip in there. Oops. It's interesting. A little clip, it goes through there. Sure is tight. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. I'd like to try making a quilt. Elida's making stuff now, so I let her use my sewing machine. It's so tight on there. Well, it's also gone in down below again. What is with that? Why does it do that? So important to have a pair of scissors when you're right here.